What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, something surprising happened during these by-elections at Sebokeng. What happened, is that the ANC dropped from 54% to 38%, and MK surged, with 21%. The DA dropped to 12%, PA, and the EFF dropped from 22% to 8%. So, these were the results from a key Gauteng township during this by-election. And what is even surprising here is that the DA got a higher percentage than the EFF in a township. That is very, very surprising. So Dali came in, and said, as MK party, you know what, we are fixing the country. The so-called Zuma Stokvel, the so-called KZN regional party and Zulu organization is out here, slowly coming out of age in the Vaal Triangle, in Gauteng and also in Eastern Cape. So Dali is celebrating this victory, and sort of like sticking it to the haters to say you are calling us a Zuma Stokvel, a KZN regional party, a Zulu organization, but here we are getting more votes, than the EFF, than the DA. We are growing massively. So Dali has every right, to celebrate and even laugh at his haters like that. And obviously, as I stated, the key surprising part there is the drop by the EFF to being beaten by the DA in a township is something that is unexpected. So what can we take away from what Dali has said? More of like what can we learn from that? Sort of like Dali is finally acknowledging, that MK party is a Zuma thing, and they have nothing against it, they're actually like proud of it and wearing it like a badge of honor to say, yes, we are a Zuma party. So what? And despite us being a Zuma party, we are still winning despite all of that. So that is contrary, to what most people are expecting on social media. Most people, they're expecting and hoping for MK to finally implode, and finally distract and dissolve. But on the ground, it's something completely different. MK party is growing day by day. So with this celebration, does it mean that Dali and MK party are no longer chasing that 2/3 majority that they were chasing, or they are no longer happy about getting that 2/3 majority for as long as they've beaten the EFF? It's a little bit tricky to say, but I definitely know one thing, if for as long as they're above the EFF and not attaining their goals, they're definitely going to be happy about it, because the EFF, it's kind of like they have a love-hate relationship with the EFF, and they would love to see themselves continuously being above the EFF in itself. And for the EFF in itself, this is something kind of bad. It's a bad result for them. Does it mean overall that they are a dying party? It doesn't mean that exactly, but they are kind of like slipping down bit by bit and seem to be rising. Their position is not clear at the moment. It's definitely not clear. Yesterday they were celebrating that word victory, and today they have slipped down again. It's a tough situation for EFF to be in right now. But what stands, it's like a true test that is coming in the future. It's from Floyd Shivambu and Maibuye. And the big question is, will both of them, MK and EFF, be able to withstand, that massive force that is coming from Floyd with Maibuye? Because initially, at the beginning, I thought that Floyd Shivambu was doomed with Maibuye. But Floyd, he has turned around and has proved me very, very much wrong, with the pictures that I'm seeing that he is posting online and all those people that are attending the Maibuye consultation. You can see that the guy is massive support, and he has a lot of people that are backing him to register that Maibuye with IEC. And definitely Maibuye is going to be eating from MK and EFF. They are not going to be touching any of the DA numbers. So we having said that, this one is going to be a big challenge for both MK and EFF, and whoever withstands that force from Floyd is the one who is going to be above the other two. So definitely this is an interesting time that is coming ahead. So since MK party seems to be more like a Jacob Zuma thing or whatever it is, they wrote to the Speaker of Parliament and submitted a formal request for the motion of no confidence in the sitting president to be conducted via a secret ballot. So MK party is moving ahead, with their motion of no confidence against Ramaphosa. And one thing that they sort of like made a mistake is that they did not garner support, from other parties before making or writing to the speaker. They did not, lobby other parties. They just went ahead, and wrote to the Speaker of Parliament, and then are now requesting support from the EFF and the DA to support their motion of no confidence. So what that means is that their motion of no confidence is likely to be defeated, because the DA, they have made it very, very clear that they are standing and supporting Ramaphosa on this one, and the EFF, they've not like supported the motion of said no to it, but they are more like, you are the ones who started this thing, do it without us. You get it. So the EFF is more of like in an abstaining position at the present moment. They are like, no, we want nothing to do with that. So overall, Jacob Zuma and his plan to try and fight Ramaphosa, it's most likely going to be defeated, because they were not strategic going ahead, into setting up this motion of no confidence. So this is it about MK party and how it is centered around Jacob Zuma and their strategies. I'll catch you guys on the next one.